Hello and welcome to Weather Watch, Millersville University's exclusive weather news program. I'm your host, TJ Springer. Let's first start off by getting you caught up on the weather that's been making headlines around the globe. Here's another segment of Your Weather in 60 Seconds. Tornado outbreak in the south, a tropical cyclone in Australia, and a heat wave in England are all on tap in this edition of Your Weather in 60 Seconds. Crossing the pond over to England, where they are expected to bask in the spring sunshine with some very warm temperatures. Forecasters are suggesting that temperatures are supposed to be above average through May and into June. March was the 15th sunniest March on record, and it's expected to be very sunny and dry for the next 2 months. Flying over to Australia, where Tropical Cyclone Jack battered the shores of the Northwest Cape region, dragging with it warm, moist air causing torrential rains and flash flooding. Some of the hardest hit areas picked up almost 8 inches of rain. Jack reached Category 2 strength, and while only a tropical depression when it made landfall, it still caused close to $10 million in damage. Back in the US, a terrible tornado outbreak devastated much of the South. This was the first major outbreak of 2014, and it covered a large swath of the country, from places like Nebraska and Arkansas all the way over to North Carolina. 7 of these tornadoes were deadly, causing at least 35 fatalities. Communities across the South were devastated and even needed aid from the National Guard to help with the cleanup. And that would do it for your weather in 60 seconds. In this season of Weather Watch, we've been counting you down to the top 5 floods. Kellie Livingston investigates the #1 flood that you've all been waiting for.
Welcome back to the Weather Watch Top 5. The size and impact of this next flood was unprecedented and has been considered the most costly and devastating flood to ravage the U.S. in modern history. Taking the #1 spot on the countdown is the Great Flood of 1993. Uniquely extreme weather conditions led to the flood of 1993. Some areas received more than 4 feet of rain in the St. Louis National Weather Service forecast area. The 1993 flood broke record river levels set during the 1973 Mississippi and the 1951 Missouri River floods. Over 1,000 flood warnings and statements were issued to notify the public. The 52-foot St. Louis flood wall was able to keep the 1993 flood out with just 2 feet to spare. The floods displaced over 70,000 people, nearly 50,000 homes were damaged or destroyed, and 52 people died. The damage was estimated between $15 to $20 billion. Reporting for Weather Watch, I'm student meteorologist Kellie Livingston.
Thanks, Kellie. Now, I'm sure you've all wondered about the part of Weather Watch you don't get to see on camera, from the brainstorming all the way up to the filming and editing. In this segment, Mike Yalch takes you behind the scenes of Weather Watch.
Over the past 5 seasons of Weather Watch, we have been reaching out to hundreds of viewers each episode to show them how they're affected by the weather in their everyday lives. Our topics have had a wide range from science experiments to even a trip to the local grocery store. Join us as we dive into the makings of the show to see how Weather Watch has evolved.
This has definitely been one of the most fun seasons for me, especially since we had so much involvement from the younger classes, the underclassmen in general. You know, we didn't have as much involvement the first couple of years that Weather Watch was going, but it has only increased.
In our first 4 seasons, we taped our show using a traditional set like this. But for this season, we made a change to a virtual set.
In prior seasons, episodes were about a half hour, and it was really long, and even though we had really good content, it drug out, and people would tune out about 4 minutes into the episode.
Not only did the producers decide to change the set in which we film, but they changed a few other aspects about the show as well.
So this season we went about going a whole new direction, shortening the episodes to 7 minutes and keeping pieces short, quick, cutting out unnecessary things like a commercial. We also changed the look to it to make it more modern, more fun, make the audience engage more with the host instead of being trapped behind a desk.
We had the opportunity to involve more people as talent, and I think that definitely widened our audience, and so we got more feedback because more people were involved.
I hope that Weather Watch becomes so well known that people come to Millersville for meteorology.
It started off with a really good idea, and that's making weather interesting to the public. And I think with the help, of Matt and Shane and Curtis, and just over the years and their ideas, I think it's just really established a really good foundation for something that can just expand.
With this season wrapping up, here's a sneak peek to some segments for season 6.
The next season of Weather Watch, we want to go to Weatherbug in Maryland. We want to do something with Puxatawny Phil.
We're looking to go to the Lancaster Science Factory, which is going to be an amazing piece for the kids.
We also want to go to the Chameleon Club, where we want to interview a band about how they get affected by the weather when they're on tour and everything like that.
We're also going to be talking to the Lancaster First Response. That'll be a very interesting piece and kind of connect back with older episodes we've done. And then we're also thinking to go to the casinos, just to kind of give another aspect of casinos in the form of weather. Again, weather is involved in every part of our lives, and so we're going to make sure y'all know why and how.
No one is perfect, and we all mess up on camera, and there are those moments that are captured. Here's a look at some of our best, worst moments from this season.
What's the first word?
The warm weather is...
Another episode of Weather Watch. I'm your host, Matthew.
This is it.
It is a public event.
And welcome to this, to another episode.
Every winter,
Welcome to this segment.
And devastating flood in the
some of the most intense snowfall received their snowfall through 2 common
we need to start over. She screwed up her lines.
You say I'm ugly.
The death bike glare.
No.
Okay.
You're afraid of lightning? 45?
We should do bloopers for this. Yeah.
We're just playing.
Haley, first we'll pour some water into the dish. Then we'll take the dye and go like that.
As you can see at PWAD, you look like you're having a child.
No.
Sorry.
And supporting staff. They've been able to keep up with whatever this harsh winter has thrown at them.
Well, that's all we have. I have a hair in my face, in my mouth, actually. All right, sorry.
Thanks, Kelly. This winter has been one of the... Do you say you're welcome?
I just rocked, sorry.
I'm sure you've all wondered about what happened. Jeez.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us at Twitter.
Stop doing that.
By Millersville University's
I didn't like when he's so weak. I can't do this in front of him.
Yankees suck.
All right, I'm gonna miss.
Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Check out the address below.
Period. One more time.
Oh my God. Well, that's all we have. Oops, I forgot about Katie.
That's about all we have for this episode of Weather Watch. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at the addresses shown below. Also, be sure to check out our collection of episodes at our website, muweatherwatch.com. On behalf of the entire cast and crew, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.